day, everyone. We are from Aashrayam Projects. We have a consortium of HRDS, M2 Emidu, JK Structures, Quick Space Technologies, AS Group, and other vertical farming experts, a consortium of banks and NBFCs, Aura Healthcare. We would be building free houses for various states. These houses would be with one bedroom, an attached toilet, a drawing-cum-dining, a kitchen, and a small puja. These houses would also have a small sit-out. We would be adopting the technologies of some of the world leaders in prefab technology. M2, JK Structures, and Quick Space Technologies would be our construction partners. The Aashrayam Consortium would also be indulging in the provision of green energy to the states. We would be setting up biodiesel, biofuel stations at a distance of 100 to 150 kilometers apart on the highways. Our target is to ultimately set up 1,000 plus such dispensing units. We would also be setting up mini pumping stations for biodiesel at various locations for auto rickshaws to come and fill fuel. These would be spread across every city in a large way. The larger retail outlets would comprise of not just the filling stations, but also would have retail outlets of various brands for clothes, for other products and eateries. Aashrayam Projects would also be generating self-made electricity at a lower cost for all these townships using the garbage. The technology is an imported one, however, with copyrights and with unique permissions to be used for these townships. Aashrayam Projects would also be manufacturing biofuel by utilizing various inputs and ingredients available locally to manufacture the best quality motorable fuel which needs zero modifications in your vehicles to be utilized. Aashrayam Projects will also be offering e-vehicle dealerships to those eligible from the beneficiaries of these houses. 1,000 e-vehicle charging centers would also be set up across the state. These e-vehicle dealerships would be for e-autos, both luggage and passenger. Aashrayam Projects will be setting up vertical farming outlets in various parts of the state with at least one poly house with one setup in each district of the state. These would be cultivating high value, high revenue plants and vegetables, fruits, flowers, and various other crops which would generate a quick revenue in the shortest turnaround period. These vertical farming outlets would be set up in 400 to 500 acre plots in each district of each state. Aashrayam Projects would be setting up agro-tourism villages. These resorts and these centers would basically comprise of various outlets of vertical farming. Various technologies of farming would be implemented here. Aqua farming cultures of different varieties where the yields could be increased substantially would be practiced. A 5-star resort to promote international agro-tourism will be set up here. An international grade training academy will be set up to train the villages in various sports, and the local sports would be given prominence and promoted internationally. Aashrayam Projects would be inculcating the practice of smart agro in all the villages of every state. This would involve our participation in terms of provision of certain facilities, seeds, fertilizers, equipment, training, and using the most modern aids for increasing the output of farmers. By this, the output and the revenue of the farmers would increase by 400 to 600%. We would also be assisting the farmers to sell these products directly to the consumers, by which we would be eliminating the intermediaries' role totally. Aashrayam Projects would also be providing various godowns, almost all the villages, with cooling and chilling facilities. These would be supported by food processing units in all the villages. Aashrayam Projects would also be setting up agro-tourism islands in various districts of every state. These islands would be set up in an areas surrounded by water with various water activities, sports, agro farming, activities related to aquaculture. There would be a 5-star resort where people could stay and learn the finer aspects of agriculture and aquaculture. Aashrayam Projects will be setting up in every township smart schools. Primary and middle school facilities would be provided here. These schools would be equipped with smart teaching equipment, teaching aids, projectors, Wi-Fi and various other technological tools which can assist if required to facilitate online teaching too. Aashrayam Projects would also be setting up in every township vocational training centers for the girls and women of that society. They would be trained in various fields like tailoring, stitching, cooking, pot making and various other arts of revenue generation. Training would also include skills like computer languages, programming, soft skills like handling a call center and English speaking classes will be done here. Aashrayam Projects with Aura Healthcare will be setting up 35 to 50 bedded multi-speciality mini hospitals in most of the major townships. In the smaller townships, we would have polyclinics open 24/7. All the townships would have diagnostic centers where all the diagnostic tests can be conducted. The major hospital locations will have MRIs and CT scans. Aashrayam Projects with Aura Healthcare will be setting up 35 to 50 bedded multi-speciality mini hospitals in most of the major townships. In the smaller townships, we would have polyclinics open 24/7. All the townships would have diagnostic centers where all the diagnostic tests can be conducted. The major hospital locations will have MRIs and CT scans. Aashrayam Projects would be generating a lot of employment for every state. There would be close to 10,000 jobs generated in the very first phase of commencement of business. Gradually, we would be increasing employment in increments of 2,000 to 5,000 depending on the completion of the most of the projects which we have undertaken for the different states in this country. However, employment would be a constant increase through Aashrayam Projects. It's with great desire, dreams, ambitions, goals, and the desire and the wish to serve the people of this country by fulfilling their dreams, their needs, their requirements for a roof, their need of food. We have thought over and developed and designed this project. We trust this project would be given an approval to commence operation at the earliest. Jai Hind.